So from now on, I'm putting all my efforts into the sumo deadlift. I've decided. I've gone to the darkside. I want to, if I can, get a 600-pound deadlift. That's something I never thought in my wildest dreams I would ever get near. And I know some people think sumo is cheating. To be honest, in a way, I still think it's kind of cheating. I do when it's a really wide stance with the legs and you're locking out the bar. For me, it's where you lock out the bar. If it's practically at hip height or just below, then it's a proper deadlift. Although it is making it easier with the use of the quads and stuff, and it is probably less of a hip hinge than even the trap bar deadlift. In fact, I think Greg Knuckles did a study on the hip hinge continuum, and he even showed that it was. But who cares? I mean, a 600-pound deadlift is a 600-pound deadlift, and I think it's something good to aim for. And this is a long-term kind of goal. I'm not rushing to get there soon, but it's just something I can plan long-term for. So, like I say, I'm conditioning focused at the minute. Got another 2 weeks of endurance work before I go into higher intensity stuff. But the plan is to keep my work capacity high and do a lot of reps and a lot of work on my back, my upper back, my lats, my upper back, and my legs. Trying to get bigger legs, bigger quads. Basically, build all the prime movers for the sumo. So I did an upper body day today, which was started off with a snatch grip deadlift, and I did some sets of rowing, cheek rows off the pins. Did some high pulls. My technique's terrible with the high pulls. I flare my wrist, but it still hits the traps and still gets me very sore on the traps and shoulder, rear delts, so it's still working their muscles. And then I did some lat raises, some ab work. And in between every set, I did 15 push-ups. And because I did 20 sets, I ended up doing 300 push-ups because I'm not doing any pressing. I might go back to the OHP, I don't know. I don't know what to do, but because I'm not doing any pressing, I've been doing a lot of press-ups. I'm going to continue with that. And obviously I'm going to continue with the burpees and stuff. But yeah, I just think if I want to get the 600-pound deadlift, I'm much more likely to get it sumo. And the thing is with the way the sumo is with me, it's very, very easy to recover from. I mean, like I said, I did the pig squat routine for the sumo the other day, and next day I was pretty much fine. I'm surprised my legs weren't even that sore today, to be honest, from all the belt squatting and stuff, so that was pretty surprising. But yeah, I mean, that's my plan. So work on the conditioning. I might keep some steady aerobic training in even longer while I'm doing a lot of high rep stuff, working on my work capacity, I suppose, and keep the reps high. Practice the sumo 3 times a week, I'm thinking. Just singles at first for maybe a couple of months. And then I have read a really good article. It was on a Brett Contreras, I think it's called. One of his articles, and it was from an Italian powerlifting coach. And he wrote a 22-week program that he designed for some of his clients. And I've got it all wrote down, every week, every session, every percentage, every weight. And I've got it on my phone, and it's a 22-week, twice a week deadlift, and it looks really good. And it's like he called it, a long-term approach to the deadlift. And it was, his client had a max of 245, and he was aiming for a 260. And he got it after following that program. I think he got way more than 260. So I'm roughly looking at them numbers myself. What I'll do is I'll just maybe add 10k to what my max is and what my projected max is, and that might get me to £600. It looks pretty tough, but you're starting off with lightweight with sets of 5 and 6, and it takes 22 weeks to get to your max. So it's very thorough. It's designed to work on technique and build it slowly. And I think I'll do that. So yeah, I think I'm looking at sumo deadlifting 3 times a week for now, conventional and snatch grip and trap bar on other days. And then when I feel like my fitness is really in place, I'll probably start this 22-week deadlift progression. Yeah, that will be good if I can stick to it, because I can't usually stick to programs, so we'll just see.